In the 13th and 14th chapters, the Lord dealt with the main theme of the Gita, the essential oneness of Jeev and Ishwar. Being a subtle topic, Krishna discusses the same in this chapter also, in a different way. Hello and welcome to my channel. We are reading Bhagwatgeeta and today we started reading chapter 15, Purushottam Yoga. So let's continue. In the first 2.5 verses, Krishna gives a description of the vast and endless sansar by comparing it with the mighty Ashwath tree. Like this tree, this sansar is vast, many branched, well rotted, and not easily destructible. To add to this is its mysterious nature. The Jeev is caught in this sansar, helplessly struggling to free itself. In the next 2.5 verses, Bhagwan talks about the means to get out of this sansar. The first step is to develop detachment from this sansar by recognizing its binding nature. As long as one has value for worldly pursuits, one's mind will not be available for seeking freedom. Having withdrawn the mind from worldly desires, one should seek Brahman, the cause of everything. Seeking Brahman is nothing but Gyan Yoga, Vedantic inquiry under a guru. Then Krishna highlights the qualifications necessary for this knowledge: freedom from the pairs of opposites, pride, delusion, and attachment, as well as a commitment to Vedantic inquiry are emphasized here. In the 6th verses, the Lord talks about the nature of Brahman. It is not illumined by anything, because it is the self-effulgent consciousness which illumines everything. Attaining this Brahman, the supreme abode of the Lord, one does not return to sansar again. In the following section, Krishna reveals that Brahman alone expresses in the form of Jeev and Jagat. From this, it becomes clear that reaching Brahman does not involve travel. From the 7th to the 11th verse, Krishna shows that the Jeev, the consciousness in every being, is the Lord's expression only. At the time of death, this Jeev alone takes the mind and sense organs from one body to another body. It is this Jeev who experiences everything through the sense organs. Thus, the Lord alone is expressing in the form of the very life and its functions in every being. The pure-minded ones recognize this, whereas the deluded ones do not. From the 12th to the 15th verse, Krishna shows how the Jagat, the universe, also is an expression of the Lord. The light in the sun, the moon, and the fire is the Lord only. In the form of the sunlight and moonlight, the Lord alone sustains all living beings. As the digestive fire, it is the Lord who digests the food. The Lord alone is behind all the mental faculties of knowledge, memory, etc. He is the author and the content of the Vedas as well as the owner of the Vedas. Thus, Krishna reveals that Brahman alone is in the form of Jeev and Jagat. Hence, reaching Brahman is in the form of understanding only. Understanding that Brahman is never away from either oneself or the universe. In the next 3 verses, Bhagwan reveals Brahman in its true nature. Brahman, in the form of the manifest universe, is called Sharpurush. As the unmanifest universe, the same Brahman is called Akshar Purush. Both these Purush are relative. Beyond these two Purush is the Uttam Purush, the Absolute. Because of its superiority, it is called Paramatma or Purushottam. It is the imperishable Brahman, because of which everything exists. Concluding the teaching, Krishna glorifies this knowledge as the means of fulfillment. With an undiluted mind, the one who knows this most secret knowledge of Purushottam becomes the knower of all and a person of fulfillment. Since the main topic of this chapter is Purushottam, this chapter is called Purushottam Yoga. So this is it for today. I'll read chapter 16 in my next video. Till then, keep listening beautiful stories and keep smiling.